in the Silverstone Wing, and this event is live on Sky Sports and has been streamed around the world on skysports.com. Now, we'll be hearing from the drivers Sergio Perez and Esteban Ocon very shortly. But first, please welcome onto the stage Sahara Force India's team principal and managing director, Vijay Mallya. Great to see you, Vijay. How are you? How are you feeling?
Very excited.
I bet you are. I bet you are. What a season in 2016. My goodness. Martin Brundle said, for the money spent, you guys are the world champions.
That's very flattering and very encouraging as well. Many commentators of the sport have always said that we punch well above our weight. And to add to that, we're world champions for the amount of money spent is a huge compliment. It speaks volumes for the passion, the creativity, the talent of my team and everybody at the factory, drivers of course. And this passion is only going to get more intense, and the passion to improve further is going to be pretty relevant in 2017.
So where do you go from here? I mean, with a whole raft of changes in 2017, do you dare to dream big? Because, of course, one of the top three, one of the big boys, could come under a bit of pressure and maybe mess up with these regulations.
If we did not dream big, we would not have finished fourth in the World Championship last year. I mean, to be in the company of Mercedes, Red Bull and Ferrari is a huge accomplishment in itself. We will always dream big. We have never ever had conversations, even in private, that we cannot break into the top three. That is certainly going to be our objective. We're going to give it our best shot. And I read an article this morning that Cyril Abiteboul of Renault said that poor teams such as Force India were going to suffer in this arms race. Well, good luck to him. He might have to eat his words. It's not the amount of arms you have, it's the quality of your weaponry.
Absolutely. Talking of those weapons, let's talk about the drivers for a moment. Sergio Perez has certainly done a magnificent job for you so far, hasn't he?
Checo has been brilliant. He is a true racer. He's fearless. He's got loads of talent. And he just loves to go racing. He's been very successful for us. And I heard him tell me when he took a quick look at this car that he's never felt so excited looking at a car before. I think that says it all.
It really does. And what about Esteban Ocon? What can he bring to the team?
Esteban is a very, very talented youngster. When Hülkenberg decided to move on, we obviously spent a lot of time thinking through about who we could hire as a replacement. Esteban has tested with us before, so we had some data on him. We then put him in the simulator. He impressed all of us, and so we made the decision. He's young, he's talented, he has limited experience in Formula One, but more importantly, he is willing to learn.
And finally from you, for now, just how an exciting an era is 2017 going to be in Formula One?
You know, the 2017 regulations has meant that everybody has to start with a clean slate. So I don't think we will know the pecking order or the likely pecking order before the tests in Barcelona. But I know that we have to continue to develop this car right through the 2017 season. There's no stopping because we're starting from scratch. All teams will probably be doing the same. And we're ready for it, we've planned for it, and we're very excited.
Great. Well, we share that excitement. And for now, the excitement's all yours, David Croft.
Yeah, the excitement is underneath this blanket. Thank you, Vijay. Thank you, Natalie. I think there's a sense of anticipation, not just with everyone here at Silverstone today, but watching us around the world as well. New regulation changes for 2017, and we can't wait to see what the VJ M10 looks like. But it's not me that's going to unveil the car. Two way more important people than me have that honour. Put your hands together, please, ladies and gentlemen, for a man with 113 race starts and 7 podiums, the one and only Sergio Perez. And joining Sergio, the new boy, the fastest man in France, is Esteban Ocon. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good to see you. Smiles on the faces, boys. This is an exciting time to be a Formula One driver.
This is one of the most exciting things of the year, you know, unveiling your car, seeing it for the first time, and yeah, it's just a lot of excitement.
Yeah, it'll make all those long hours in the gym throughout the winter all worthwhile, I'm sure. Has it been probably the most stressful winter you've ever had?
It's been the most intense one I ever had. A lot of hours in the gym. 2 months plus 5 kilos. But you never know, you know, what to expect with cars like that. They will be so much quicker. So you need a great physical development to be sure to be able to maintain, you know, the physical at the end of the race.
Your first full season, of course, in Formula One, so you obviously have had to ramp up your training regime. What about yourself? Have you had to do more than ever before? Have you had to stay off the burritos for a little bit longer?
Yeah, I couldn't have such an easy winter. I had to start quite early working on my physics. Obviously, going on to a new generation of cars, being the cars so much faster, it's like going from GP2 to Formula One. It's another step. So physically, it's going to be a lot more demanding. The races, the G-forces that we're going to generate with these cars are quite high. So, yeah, I have worked quite a lot in all the aspects, but I'm sure the first day of testing is going to be really exhausted.
I reckon Esteban's had to go and buy a whole load of new shirts as well because his neck's doubled in size from last year. And you're going
Especially the neck.
Exactly. Well, what do you do to get fit for a season like this? What is your training regime?
Well, we as a Formula One driver, you have to be quite complete. You have to have the endurance, strength, and for that you work in many different areas, as well as the reaction, because you have to be strong, but also have the reaction ready for anything. So, yeah, we do a lot of neck exercises, a lot of core, a lot of training, endurance. So the cardiovascular is quite important. Cycling, running, all kind of things.
Yeah, I have visions of you lying on the sofa, Esteban, trying to lift the dog off your head or something like that. Maybe a bit more advanced.
Yeah, it was a bit more. Now we have specific machines, as Sergio was saying. It's a lot of reaction training, a lot of coordination training. But to put some numbers, for example, on the physical side was 9 hours of gym per week and 10 hours of cardio. So yeah, it's been very tough. But for sure, I think me and Sergio, we did our maximum to be fit this season.
Now, when we last spoke in Abu Dhabi at the end of last season, you were quite bullish about this year. You were quite confident that not only could Force India keep pace with the development of the team in recent years, but go that extra step further. What's behind that confidence?
Yeah, it makes me feel really confident that in the 4 years that I've been in the team, I've never seen such a stable organization. None of the teams that I've been with in Formula One. And it makes me feel very confident, you know, knowing that the right people have been working in this car. I mean, we finished 4th last year. We started the season more or less okay, but at the end of the year, we were the 4th fastest team on track, and we had a couple of podiums. So that makes me feel confident, and I trust totally this team, the people that has put so much effort in this car. So I do expect to have a very big year for the team.
Your first full season, your first full rookie year, although you know the team very well. Have you set yourself goals and expectations for the 20 races to come?
Yeah, I want to learn from this team. They have a lot to teach to me. I did only 9 races, so I will have also a lot to learn from Sergio. He's a very experienced driver, a great driver. He did a lot of good things. He did a lot of good things with this team, and I hope I will learn a lot from him in the test. And then my goal is to be straight away in the pace in the first race, and then improve from there on.
Yeah, so you're kind of like the Ben Obi-Wan Kenobi to his Luke Skywalker. Is this how the relationship goes? You're the master, he's the apprentice?
Well, I think he's young, but very talented, very fast. and I'm sure he will be pushing me from race 1 onwards, and that's just in the benefit of the team. I'm looking forward also to learn from him, because having a new teammate, new people working with is always good. So yeah, I think it's going to be very interesting. I hope I can keep him under control, which you never know what will happen. But it's always good to have someone next to you pushing you hard, which worked really well with Nico. But I think he will be quite fast, so not easy to beat.
Well, I hope you both feel the force for this year. I don't think it's time now to carry on with the questions. I think it's time to stop the anticipation and see what the VJM10 actually looks like. Sergio, Esteban, would you take your places, please, and do the honours? It is time to reveal the Sahara Force India Challenger for 2017. Ladies and gentlemen, the VJM10. There she is, ladies and gentlemen, the VJM10, the Challenger for 2017, and doesn't she look amazing? Sergio and Esteban, thank you. If you could take your places for some photographs behind the car. There's a lot of photographers wanting your picture and wanting to share with the rest of the world a car that looks very, very different to previous Force India cars. VJ, why don't you go and stand as well with your two drivers. New regulation changes for 2017. And if VJ, you could stand in the middle, that would be absolutely magnificent. All smiles. And please welcome as well the third member of the Sahara Force India driving lineup, the test driver, Alfonso Celis, ladies and gentlemen. The Fonz, if you stand next to Sergio, that would be great. Thank you very much indeed. Just a few more seconds for some photographs. Thank you very much indeed, Alfonso, for joining us. Stick around this afternoon. Sergio, Esteban and VJ, if you'd like to come back to the stage, please.
And Crofty, please also give a very warm welcome to COO Otmar Zafnauer and Technical Director Andrew Green. Well, VJ, I think the question that everyone wants answering, is it as fast as it is beautiful?
Well, the second test in Barcelona will tell us something. But as I said earlier, we have planned to continually develop this car through the 2017 season. That's an imperative that we are prepared for and have planned for. So the car that shows up in Melbourne, I think, will be quite different to the car that will show up in Barcelona and so on, because of the ongoing development process. From whatever we've seen from the data so far, this is a cracker of a car, and I'm quite confident that it will be very competitive.
Now, Nats, we've not deliberately put the technical director as far away from VJ as we possibly could, but Andrew Green, pressure's on you. This is your car, your team have designed something new and something fresh. Is there much of a carryover from last year, or have you gone for a completely different design philosophy for this season?
Compared to previous seasons when we tried to carry over maybe 50% of a car, this one is as close to brand new as you can get. I'd say probably 95% absolutely brand new. The philosophy is similar, but we're effectively starting from scratch. It was a new jigsaw that we had to put together, and that took some time. But we think we've got the basis of a car now.
Well, bearing that in mind, that makes your achievements of last year even more impressive, Otmar, because how much attention was on this car when you were still pushing for fourth in the championship?
Well, that was a decision we had to make quite early, recognizing the fact, like Andy says, the car is 95% new instead of 50% new, which meant more design time, more development time for this year's car. And for a team of our size, that comes at the expense of last year's car. So we started quite early. Maybe we're one of the earliest. We can tell everyone now we started in May. So last year in May, we stopped developing the 2016 car. Luckily, we had a good basis, and at the end, we eked all the performance out of the 2016 car that was necessary. But we started early enough on this one such that we hope and feel and wish that we start the 2017 season like we ended the 2016 season.
Development costs, though, Otmar, and to try and quote a famous film, right here is where you start paying. You need more partners. You have more partners. So when Andrew knocks on your door and says, I've got a brilliant new idea, the resources are now there to develop this fully to its potential?
Well, yeah, and you know, that's why it's a team effort. So Andrew and his team have done a great job, but, you know, we also have a marketing team led by Steve Kernow, and I'd like to point out that on the rear wing, we have a great partner in Johnny Walker, who's been supporting racing in Formula One for a long time. They're the biggest and best whiskey brand in the world. And before we all start drinking the whiskey, I'd also like to point out they have a responsible drinking campaign that I'd like to mention here today called Join the Pact. We're all going to join, and I hope everyone else does too. We have FXTM, our foreign exchange broker, that's new this year, and then many of our partners that have been with us for some time, Hype Energy Drinks, Kingfisher Beer. You know, we have some good brands on the car, and they absolutely all help in making the car go faster.
And you guys can all join the pact as well. It's a commitment to never drink and drive by signing our wall here today, so I hope you do so. Guys, taking a look at the car, how different do you think this is going to feel to last year's car?
Well, just by the look of it, it looks really different, and it looks really demanding physically because the amount of downforce that these cars are going to generate, how fast we're going to go through the corners, and how wide the cars. I struggle to think how you will manage Monaco, for example, or even Baku, that are really tight. You know, I think we need to open up a bit more the corners, but it will be a massive challenge. I think we will put all the drivers into a massive stress. So yeah, definitely looking forward to it.
That's certainly a pressure you can handle, though, isn't it, Esteban?
Yeah, it's going to be exciting. It's going to be a proper man car. It's going to be a very fast into the corners, as Sergio said. And yeah, I look forward to see how it's going to perform in Barcelona. I think that's what everyone wants to see.
It's a perfect combination, Andrew, isn't it? We have two excited drivers who can't wait to get to grips with it. And I would imagine a design and an aero team that can't wait to exploit the new areas of potential that are now available to them.
Yeah, exactly. We're all just chomping at the bit, really. We want to see this car run. We want to see what it's capable of, start gathering some data, start optimizing it, start refining it, and start developing it. And yeah, we just can't start soon enough.
Does that mean then, Vijay, that Formula One this season has created a set of regulations and a car that not only the teams can get excited about, but that the fans want as well?
Well, yes. I mean, the basic premise of rewriting the rules for 2017 was to try and make racing more exciting for the fans and the viewers. I hope that is going to be accomplished. Many team principals have expressed their opinions on whether the show will improve or not. With the massive increase in downforce, these cars are going to be much quicker per lap, far more physically demanding on the drivers, as both Checo and Esteban have said. I hope that that leads to more competitive racing, more exciting racing, more overtaking. But of course, the unknown is the tire and what Pirelli is going to produce. But yeah, I mean, a better show is better for all of us.
Okay, so predictions. How many podiums can we expect from you guys this year?
You know, I have always believed in the last 10 years, under-promise and over-deliver. And I'm going to stick to that philosophy of mine that has been working so far in the last 10 years. We have stepped up year on year, exceeded expectations, punched above our weight, and that's the way it's going to be.
So 6 then?
Well,
Third.
I said, Checo, at the beginning that as much as people may say that there is this huge barrier to breaking into the top three, I see no reason why we can't. We will dream big. We will set our sights higher, and we're going to go for it.
And on that bombshell, ladies and gentlemen, I give you Dr. Vijay Mallya, Sergio Perez, Esteban Ocon, Otmar Szafnauer, and Andrew Green as well, in the VJ M10. It's a mighty fine car, and I can't wait to commentate on this and every other car out on the track. This is going to be a brilliant season.
Absolutely. Right, that concludes the presentation here. Thank you all so very much. Oh, Otmar's got something else to add.
I'd like to say a special thanks, which I didn't mention, to all of our Mexican partners that have been with us since Sergio's been with the team. Telmex, Telcel, Quaker State. We've got some Mexican partners, Interprotección, that have helped, not just this year, but in years past, making the move up, like Vijay has said. So thanks to them.
Hear, hear. Thank you very much. Yes, that does conclude things for today. Thank you very much for your company. We'll look forward to seeing you all in Barcelona for the first test. Can't wait. Thanks, Prof. D. So we have a 15-minute break now, and then the drivers are available from 3 o'clock, and the other guys between 3 and 4 as well. Thank you very much, all.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for your attendance today. Thank you.